Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that everything you've ever wanted is already yours. No struggle, no waiting, just reality shifting before your eyes. Sounds impossible? Neville Goddard believed otherwise. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how he cracked the code to manifestation and how you can too. Neville Goddard was not your typical self-help guru. He wasn't about hustle culture or grinding your way to success. Instead, he revealed a hidden power within each of us, the power of imagination. According to Goddard, what you seek isn't something out there. It already exists within you. The only reason it hasn't materialized yet is because you haven't assumed it into being. This is where his most famous principle comes into play. Imagining creates reality. Think about it. Every invention, every masterpiece, every breakthrough first existed in someone's mind before becoming real. Neville took it a step further. He argued that if you persist in the feeling of having something, the universe must conform to it. It's not magic, it's law. He told the story of a man who was about to be fired. His superiors had already made up their minds. But instead of panicking, this man had a friend who understood Neville's teachings. This friend didn't try to fight the decision or beg for mercy. Instead, he simply imagined the man being praised for his work. What happened next? Within 48 hours, the company reversed their decision. Not only did they praise him, but they recognized him for something he had previously done. The mind-bending part? This event wasn't based on luck or persuasion. It was a direct result of imagination applied correctly. Neville often emphasized that the key to this power lies in feeling. You can't just think about success, wealth, or happiness. You have to feel it. You have to mentally step into the version of yourself that already has what you want. If you're looking for love, feel the joy of already having your perfect relationship. If you want money, feel the security and abundance as if it's already in your hands. This is where most people fail. They think wishful thinking is enough. But Neville made it clear. The feeling is the secret. This might sound like wishful fantasy, but consider this. What if your entire world is simply a reflection of your inner state? If you assume struggle, struggle appears. If you assume ease, things fall into place. It's not about controlling the outside world. It's about controlling your inner world so that reality has no choice but to follow. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Neville didn't just teach this concept, he lived it. One of his most powerful stories involves a man who, despite being unemployed, refused to accept that as his reality. He didn't beg, he didn't plead, he simply assumed he had a high-paying job, and within 2 weeks he had a new position paying 25% more than his previous one. This is the kind of result that defies logic, but Neville insisted that logic is just a limitation of the 5 senses. Reality, he argued, is shaped from within. He also warned against the trap of waiting. Too many people live in a state of someday. Someday I'll have the job, someday I'll find love, someday I'll be happy. But that day never comes because they keep assuming the waiting. Instead, Neville urged his followers to assume it is done, to walk in the state of already having. Because when you do that, the world must rearrange itself to reflect your inner assumption. So what's stopping most people? Doubt, fear, the inability to believe in something they cannot yet see. But here's the paradox. You see it only after you believe it. Neville put it bluntly, if you assume a state and remain faithful to it, it will harden into fact. This isn't about hope or blind faith. It's about certainty. And this certainty is what separates those who transform their lives from those who stay stuck. The truth is, what you seek isn't in the future. It's not waiting for you. It already exists, right now. The only thing separating you from it is your willingness to assume it into being. So the question isn't if it will come. The only question is, are you ready to receive it?